Thursday, August 12th, 2021, 6:30 a.m. I've been at the screen since about 5:15, and it's pretty slow. Kind of chopping around in the upper side of value here. You can see that we haven't really moved that much at all, in a pretty tight range here since this big move up yesterday. And you're testing down into the upper side of this balance from Tuesday, but we also have a lot of this space from that move up yesterday, so I'm kind of watching to see if we're going to be able to break down. We keep pushing down into these lows here, and big volume, big buying coming in every time we break these lows. So this almost looks like a kind of a low tick failure here, and then we push out. But I don't know if we're going to hold this area. It just seems a little weird to buy out of this area without testing lower first. So I haven't bought this yet, and it looks kind of like now we're getting a little bit of activity. Typically I would have probably given this a try, especially after this last move down here. This one, it was just a real wide stop, and then we came down and took out the low again, and then pushed out, and it looks like we're starting to move here. We'll see what happens, but been looking for a place to get long here, and I don't know why, but I psyched myself out a little bit. We had these low ticks, and then on definitely a big increase in volume, and to me the trade almost seemed too easy, too obvious, and yeah, I don't know if that's just more of a psych out than anything, but the thing that I was concerned with is all of this space down here below. We are holding this structure though from this is definitely a major pivot area, so maybe I'm just trying to see things that aren't there, and I should just be trading the chart here. But just pure setup standpoint, we definitely have large buying coming in. Every time we've dipped down below here we had buying coming in, consolidation or absorption here on increased volume, here again, and then pushed out of here. And so anything in here around this 79.80 area is definitely a legit try for the long to come up and at least break through the 69 round number, but didn't get in on anything, so I'm probably going to be stuck just watching until the open. I tried a short here after the open on this spike and high tick above, and then this push when we took out all of the supply there, or after we took out all that demand. And I was in at 96 right around here, hoping to hold this volume, and when we came back up I de-risked a little early, took an 07 instead of a full loss, because I didn't want to stop up here at 20 for such a wide stop. And so not a great start, not really a very solid trade, but maybe just because that's the result. But I don't know, I still can't quite get on this long train here. It seems like we're really not able to push up to before the open. We came up and created this demand and then pushed back down, took that out. So to me it just seems weak to the downside, and then with what we did in the overnight session when we created the supply, and then with all of this untested demand down here, it seemed like we were definitely likely to come back down and test into value. But I could be reading into that too much, because on the short-term chart, with the large volume that came in every time we tried to dip down below these lows and bought out of here pretty strongly, but we'll see. Now we're pushing down again, so could have been just a shakeout. But I am going to try the short again, and we have all of this weakness to the downside. My expectation is that we're going to go down and take out these lows here, at least down to take out and test. But I think we're likely to come down and take out this overnight low here at the 68. And I just got taken out for a full loss again, -10 on that one. So I just need to relax here and take a break and see. We're obviously on the completely wrong side of that one now, so I tried another short here after this demand was taken out, and then we got this push down hard, and nice little equity. It went like as much as like plus 14 on my trade, and then after on this push down I went to break even and then got taken out here. So I think like Kelly tried to reverse here right around this area at the 0506, and I didn't get any fill on that, and so it's choppy. I'm short again, but been in a pretty significant drawdown and now not a very good position, and we're pushing down below these lows, so it's really hard to say what's going to happen here. I'm way down, like near max loss territory on the day, so pretty crappy day so far. But if I can get one good trade out of here to break this range, it will all be worth it, but I gotta be able to survive this area now. So if it pushes down below these lows and shoots back up, it's going to be hard to hold this trade, but I also have to give it a little bit of room to work out here. I don't want to go to break even yet just because it's been so choppy back and forth. So I still think we have a lot of room to the downside, kind of like Kelly is saying as well. Definitely a chance to run those overnight lows, but we got to hold one of these areas here soon. And if it would hold the 69 round number finally, we have just a tremendous amount of weakness here to take out all of these lows. But something's got to hold here, and it could easily just keep low ticking these lows and then shoot back up. So I don't want to get stuck in another big loss. So as I don't really have a very good position here, a very good entry, I could have definitely bought much higher than I did here, but we'll see. It's hard to not take this off break even now, but if it doesn't break these lows here, I'm definitely gonna have to take this off. Okay, on this push down, if we don't get a break here, I have taken my risk off here finally, and I'll take the chance that because if we get back up above this high here, I'm guessing we're gonna see a retrace at least up into this area. So may get taken out, but I would see this up all the way up into this 13 and then higher to test this high. So I don't really want more risk on, especially with how the day has went so far. So taken out on that. Well, this is just a perfect example of a day that just pretty crappy day for trade, but we're going to try to grab this last long right before the close. I'm long here after this failure of this low, and then we got a nice little demand push here that took out this supply, and we'll see if we can run this up through the 25s. I put a target in here at this high tick at 32, but if I can get up to 25, I'll aggressively be looking to take that off. But it's so slow. I mean, look at this range. We're barely moved outside of the IB range from the first hour of trade here. So it's been one of the slowest days in a long time, especially since it's been pretty volatile. Getting a nice little push up here. See if this can hold. I've already taken my risk off. I took my risk off on the push above this area right here, and we just need a nice little flush higher, take out some of this range and get to the top side of this. And we have about 10 minutes before the close, so it could definitely happen. We haven't had any kind of volatility release. See, it's looking good. Let's see if we can just get a nice little pop through here. Through these highs is all we need. There's really not much in the way of this trade all the way. This is a real weak high here as well at the 42. This could run all the way up through this high here to the 50. I would say we could get this up to here, but with the way the day has been, I'm gonna really aggressively look to probably lock in 20 if I can get that. The dome is starting to get real jumpy here. Starting to see some increase in volume. And if we can hold this area, I think it has a chance. We got this last little spike down, this last little try lower. So if we get back down below that, I'm definitely going to get taken out break even. But that is exactly what I want to see. So now we just need to see the flush of these tops here. I'm going to see if we can push above. This 17. It's just sitting here on the dome, and it's gonna break one way or the other, but we have the point of control just right below us, and about 6-7 minutes to the close. And it just is really struggling to go. Here we go. Starting to jump. It's definitely trading that 16, 17, and seems like there's definitely some reloading going on the offer, but no real increase in volume is coming in, so that's a good sign. Five minutes left to go. We had some size coming in on the offer. It looked like 80 contracts sitting there at 16, and we'll see if that's going to actually be, or 100 now, 110, 120, or if somebody's playing games with trying to hold price down. But 100, 105 keeps jumping around there. So, and that 16 to 17 just traded, and that size pulled, so it wasn't anything real sitting there on the dome, but it's just slow, so I don't really have any big high hopes that this is going to make a run here, but we'll see. Jeez, it's about the 10th time it's been up there, and I just got taken out for a +1. This is just just the worst day ever. Frustrating, so frustrating that price would go down, trade up here 10 times probably, and then flush down. So that's okay. That's how it goes. I wouldn't be surprised at all now if we flush this liquidity down, this volume has come in, and price is going to break higher now. But that's it for me for the day. So we'll look at this. Not a real bad day. Way too many trades. Totally overtraded. I ended -33. 12 ticks equity here, 14 here, 14 here, 8 here, and just couldn't get anything going. I had way too many short tries, and then when we got the big breakdown, I wasn't able to participate on that. I actually had switched long, and about 5 minutes later we got that real large flush, and the highest volume of the day came in. So that's it for me.